So Square Enix released a trailer over the last week, basically showing off an Avengers game. Don't really get to see a whole lot about it. Is that ScarJo that does the voiceover?
It probably was.
It sounded a lot like her.
Yeah.
And it's showing like a broken shield and like Mjolnir like in some rubble and you know.
And Tony Stark's like Iron Man hand is just like the repulsor ray.
Pretty much what we saw for the Civil War trailer.
Yeah, I mean kind of.
So basically they're making a game in conjunction with Crystal Dynamics and Eidos Montreal. Now, if you're thinking that it's going to be like a Final Fantasy type game, I think you're going to be wrong, because it's made by Crystal Dynamics.
Potentially.
It's going to be published by Square Enix.
But that's the thing. Square Enix owns both Crystal Dynamics and Eidos.
Right.
Because Crystal Dynamics was bought by Eidos years ago, and then Square Enix bought Eidos.
Right.
And so now Eidos Montreal is making like they made the new Thief game, which is probably the worst game.
Never played it.
It's so bad.
I have played the last two Tomb Raider games, and those are great.
They made both of the new Tomb Raider games, and they made both of the Deus Ex Human Revolution and Mankind Divided games.
I haven't played those.
I played the Human Revolution, and I was not impressed.
Are those like third-person games?
Kinda, yeah. I think they're third-person.
So
it's been a couple of years since I played that one.
My guess for this game is that it's going to be kind of like a Tomb Raider Uncharted style story-driven third-person action game. Okay? You'll probably be able to play as multiple members of the Avengers or as one main Avenger, and you have to go and like save the other ones, because the game is called, or what they said in the trailer was Avengers Reassemble.
Right.
So I think that's kind of like where they're going to go with that. However, if they did make it in RPG style, how cool would that be?
Well, and see, that's
upgrading
kind of
Iron Man's armor, and
that is kind of the thing, like, because the Deus Ex games are very much action RPGs. You know, there is a growth system.
Well, hell, there's
you level up, you gain new abilities and stuff like that.
Well, there's even RPG elements in Tomb Raider.
In Tomb Raider, yeah.
And weapon upgrades and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to see what they come up with. If it fits Square Enix's track record, then we can look forward to seeing it in, 10 years?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. The interesting thing about Crystal Dynamics is, like, going back to their early stuff from the 90s, you got, like, the original Gex games and the Legacy of Kain series, and a bunch of the Tomb Raider games, not all of them, but...
Tomb Raider was originally put out by Eidos.
Right.
Which was eventually bought out by Crystal Dynamics and then bought out by Square Enix.
Yeah. So, like, there's probably going to be some platforming elements in it then, too.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to see, like, the Hulk, like, having to solve puzzles. Because he would just, like, smash
I was about to say, did you ever play the Hulk game?
Mm-mm.
It was actually pretty fun.
No.
Like, you could, like, leap around this kind of sandboxy open world and, like, do stuff around the city.
Honestly, I've been very disappointed with most superhero games based on comic books.
Right.
Most of them are just licensed crap that maybe is a tie-in for a movie. I remember Spider-Man 2 being pretty good for, like, what was it, PS2 or PS3? But, dude... Like
generally, comic book games are comic book games based on the movies are almost universally bad.
Now, I like the
straight comic book games can be good, like the Spider-Man for 64. Do you remember that game?
No,
like that one was actually a lot of fun.
But like, I like all the Arkham games. I think they really capture the spirit of like Batman very well.
I mean, aside from the fact that he's just brutally murdering all these people.
Well.
Zack Snyder Murderverse.
Batman's gonna kill people.
Yeah.
You can't just... it's just how it is. He's gonna kill people. There's no way... Like, even in the Christopher Nolan movies, he's done shit that would normally kill somebody.
Oh, yeah.
He killed the Joker in Batman.
Yeah.
He dropped a dude off the fucking roof. In Tim Burton's Batman.
He tried to help him.
He used to kill people back in the day in the comic books, like when Batman first started, he used to kill people. But then, like in the Golden Age or whatever,
right? They tried to,
all that shit. That's what started that whole Batman's not going to kill thing,
right?
And you know what? We can get off on a little tangent here. Why does Batman not have to kill people? Why can't he?
I mean,
because he just make stoop down to the level of the criminals.
That was that was always his mantra.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Batman kills people. Just get over it.
Yeah. Okay.
Donald Trump's president and Batman kills people. Welcome to 2017, bitch.
Okay, so another superhero game. Speaking of Batman and stuff, Injustice 2 is coming out here before too long.
I don't like
I know you don't like fighting games, but and I've never played like the story of the first Injustice game, but my cousin had it, and he would always bring it over.
There's a story, like you just beat people.
Well,
up.
I mean, did you? Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't have ever played like the new Mortal
I know
Kombat
it's
games
like,
either. But
from what I hear, it's like the Joker kills Lois Lane or some shit, and Superman decides, you know what, I'm gonna fucking take over the world because it's gonna be my like brand of justice or whatever. And so all like the superheroes are like ganging up against him and all that. Yeah, I've heard the story.
Right. I hope that that's, I guess, my ultimate point. I hope that they don't do an Injustice game for the Avengers.
A fighting game? Fuck that.
That is legitimately my only hope. I hope they don't try to knock off Injustice just with the Avengers.
Honestly, I think if you want to appeal to the widest audience possible, make it a 3D action platformer action RPG game.
Yeah.
You know, that's my
given the companies that we've got working on it, I feel like that's probably what's going to happen. Yeah. And I'm all right with that. I will probably play it.
All right. What do you guys think of the Avengers Square Enix game that's coming out? One thing we forgot to mention is that Square Enix has a lovely relationship with Disney because of the Kingdom Hearts games. Those are terrific.
I can't wait for Kingdom Hearts 3.
Dude, imagine like a Kingdom Hearts style action game where you're just like this, character that no one's heard of, and you just like go through the Marvel universe and try to fight like all these villains and shit. That would be cool. That would be interesting.
Take note, Crystal Dynamics, Eidos Montreal, and Square Enix.
Squeenix.